Diet and lifestyle are really important factors in maintaining your immunity and looking after yourself. It's an area which is often missed by most people. They don't give it much thought. Essentially, in terms of diet, it's really important to cut out sugar and refined carbohydrates. You can cut them out completely, it's great. Sugar is basically a drug, so if you were to eat cake, then that would stimulate your insulin, and then you'd be craving more and more, so it's very difficult to control it. But if you have it once in a while, it's not so bad. This is important because when you eat sugar and refined carbohydrates, it reduces your immunity. And studies show that consumption of sugar showed a 50% reduction in immunity, and that lasted for 2 hours after the consumption of the sugar. So as well as cutting out sugar and refined carbohydrates, what can we eat? What are the good foods that we can eat which actually help raise our immunity? Now these are fermented foods. Fermented foods are fantastic for helping provide good environment in our bowel, which is linked to our immune system. The fermentation process of foods like sauerkraut, miso. Now when you buy miso, it's important to buy miso from health food shops, because if you go to like a Chinese restaurant, then it's mainly going to have MSG in there, monosodium glutamate, which is a flavor enhancer, which is detrimental to your health. So avoid MSG in your miso, buy it from a good health store, and you can get all different types of miso. Again, if you go onto somewhere like PubMed, you can probably find research on miso, which was shown to enhance immunity. You can buy kefir granules online, and you can ferment your own yogurt culture at home, which will provide all the beneficial bacteria for your bowel. Or you can make a kefir from goat's milk. You don't have to use cow's milk. You can make it from soy milk and use a non-GMO soy milk. You can also make water kefir. Now you can find a lot of this information online, or you can give us a call at Health Matters if you need any help with that process. It's 0208 441 8335 here at Health Matters in High Barnet, and one of the staff can help you. And then you've got kombucha. Kombucha is another really good one, which you can make yourself at home, and you can make all different flavors. You need a tiny bit of sugar to start the fermentation process, but that will be used up in the process, so it won't affect you. Now this brings me on now to the medicinal herbs in your kitchen. That's fantastic. You have a whole variety of herbs that you can use in your cooking, which actually have immune-enhancing, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal effects. One of the key herbs is garlic. So you get a clove of garlic, crush the garlic, because that stimulates the chemicals in the garlic to produce the beneficial compounds. So you can use that raw. If you mix it into your soup, you can put it into stir fries. The more you cook it, the less medicinal value it will have, but it will still help. You've got oregano, you've got thyme, star anise. Star anise is fantastic antiviral, where they extracted the compounds to produce Tamiflu, the drug for swine flu. It's also very good for your digestive system. So essentially you want to be having low GI foods. GI is the glycemic index. It's the effect that the food has on your blood sugar. So you don't want foods that will push up your blood sugar too quickly. Essentially all carbohydrates turn into sugars. But the slow releasing carbohydrates, so the low GI carbohydrates, things like brown rice is low GI. You've got sweet potatoes are better than white potatoes. They also have nutrients in them. In the skin of the rice, so the husk will actually have certain nutrients which will help you, so B vitamins and so on. So we've also got quinoa. Quinoa is quite good. It's quite rich in protein. Buckwheat's not bad. Rye's not too bad, it's whole grain anyway. So essentially having good quality carbohydrates, avoiding things like croissant, pastries, all these refined carbs, they're really bad for you, and they're going to affect your immune system and modify the bacteria in your bowel in favor of bad bacteria, and then that will affect your immune system and increase inflammation. Proteins are good. If you eat chicken, fish, lamb, beef, pork, it depends how you cook the meat. If you fry the food or you barbecue it, if you heat the food rapidly, then the fat in there denatures, it turns into bad fats. But if you slow cook the food, if you make a stew with it, or if you make soups in the winter time, that's especially good. then that will prevent the fat from turning into bad fat. And also, if you add in traditional spices that have been used for centuries, like oregano, rosemary, all of these herbs that you add to the food, they actually provide antioxidants. If you're a vegetarian, then you can go for things like lentils and beans and pulses. You have to work a bit harder and make sure that you get enough proteins if you're a vegetarian or vegan, and not have too many carbohydrates. Fruits and vegetables. Vegetables, you should have lots and lots of greens. There's a whole choice. Kale, broccoli, spinach, sprouts, all of those greens are really, really good for you, full of antioxidants, a good source of fiber as well to detoxify your bowel. And you can also make juices and smoothies with these greens. Fruits, fresh fruit is fine. It's best to have it in between meals instead of after a meal, because it ferments in your bowel. Maybe have some nuts with the fruits, which will provide some fat and protein to prevent your blood sugar spiking too much from the fructose in the fruit. And that's basically a summary. We could do a whole talk on diet, but that's a summary. I hope that gives you some useful information. That's diet linked to immunity, but also this type of advice can benefit a whole range of conditions, because you're balancing your blood sugar more and reducing inflammation in the body, which underpins most disease processes, is that inflammatory response.